of the game is every chapter they've got like a short story, and it sort of puts you into the world, and it goes through the character's life. And one of the early short stories is this girl who's trying to escape the slums of Earth, and then she goes through some procedure. Her brother's a swindler and takes her in there. It's like, yeah, if you'll do this thing, we'll be able to get enough money to get off the planet. They do it. Well, essentially, they take her out of her body. 200 years later, she wakes up, and
But no
she's
time has
in.
passed, though, right?
As far as she's concerned, it was like immediately after the procedure.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's floating, in a space station in what's called a clunker, which is like the lowest of low mechanical bodies, just capable of like
Oh, I have
support
one of those.
a consciousness, right? And she's like,
I'm
"What's going on?"
connecting.
Yeah.
I
And
understand.
the thing is she, it's like, I can't feel my skin. She goes to the same thing. She panics because she's not breathing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And she's going through all this, like, if you can so in the game, there's this score of your ability to be able to uh, sort of connect or be able to deal with these new forms, right?
Mhm.
And depending on what that score is how quickly you sort of acclimate.
Mhm.
I think altered. You can see that kind of in Altered Carbon.
I was
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to say, it sounds very
Bodies.
much like
Yeah,
Altered Carbon. Yeah,
it was like that.
sleeves.
Yes, yes. And so so the story takes you through that process of her trying to figure out what in the world's going on, and why is this all, like, she didn't have a mouth but she's speaking,
Mhm.
and she doesn't breathe, and there is no skin, and but she has the benefits of not having a biological body, like, she didn't have to eat, she didn't have to sleep, so she goes on like a 3-week bender at a bar, because she can't.
Because why would you not?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
I,
it's pretty neat.
I always find it interesting, especially now that I've been in the field that I'm in now, when I see or read or hear things, fantasy or sci-fi, whatever it is, about not going without sleep for extended periods of time. It's not so much that your body needs to rest; it's your mind that has to rest.
Yeah.
Like if you go without sleep for I think 4 or 5 days, you can have a psychotic break because your mind just different shuts down. So I just wonder, not to be like technically that's bullshit, but like,
Sure.
what would it, I mean? How would it be like? What would that actually happen? Because you don't need the sleep. Could you shut down? It would be interesting to kind of see how that
So
would work in the real world.
they do address that they address it in the game, actually. There's something called a circadian monitor or circadian enhancer or something like that, which essentially removes the necessity to sleep
Okay.
regardless of what your form is. Like, you could
Alright.
be living in this giant mech and you would have this circadian manager, and you wouldn't that would make it so you wouldn't have to sleep.
Okay. So they kind
That
of
sounds
answered
awful.
that.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love sleep. Like
I do
I would
too.
hate to not have to.
You know what's
See,
good about sleep?
if
Yeah.
I could not sleep, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't.
I feel that way sometimes, but then there's days where I'm like, I cannot wait to just be unconscious for a while, you know? But no, like you, like sometimes I wish I could go 3 or 4 days without sleep and function well and get like so I could do things and get things done when I need to. But
Yeah.
no, I like sleep. Like it's my favorite. It's my natural state.
I don't like the transition period. Like when you lay down and you're like, okay, I've got to go to sleep. And you're like,
Yes. Mind will
you
not.
know,
I'm
yeah,
wasting time lying here.
yeah, I'm wasting
Yes.
time. It's like, I want to be able to lay down, go to sleep, actually rest and then wake up, not
Boot up
just
Duolingo, learn Spanish.
Let you
Yes.
ride out.
again,
Yes.
you mean I've done,
yeah.
I've started Spanish Duolingo at least 3 times.
So while you sleep is the perfect opportunity to just learn by osmosis.
Osmosis. Yes.
You
Audio
don't even
osmosis.
need Duolingo. Just boot up a telenovela or something like
Exactly.
that play in the
La
background.
ciudad.
Donde está el baño?
It's ironic. I just today I read an article about falling asleep, and they said the average human takes 10 to 20 minutes to fall asleep.
Mhm.
Yeah. I disagree. I take like 88 seconds. Like my head hits the pillow and I'm snoring before I fall asleep. I can count on one hand the number of insomniac nights I've ever had in my life.
Oh man.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh
That's good.
yeah. And, for me, it's like if I'm going to sleep, it's immediate.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not immediate, I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I week before last, I went to bed at 11, woke up at 2:30. Actually, it was after recording. We had a late recording, went to bed at 11,
Mhm.
woke up at 2:30, and just laid there. I'm like, all right. I mean, I know me. I'll just all right. I'm gonna wait till I go back to sleep. 5:30, alarm goes off. I'm like, God, shit. That sucks. Like I know I didn't like have a slow blink and wake up 3 hours later. I just
Yeah.
sat there, laid there, I'm just thinking about stuff. Not even like racing thoughts,
Yeah.
nothing pending. It was just like, wow, that's a weird shady yellow on my wall. I mean, like just nothing. I just couldn't sleep. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing.
Yeah. The thing that will piss me off faster than anything about sleeping and waking up is rolling over, looking at either my alarm or my phone and it going off. That will
Mhm.
just, I mean, that ruins everything from that point forward. I just
That's it.
You're
My life
gypped in
is over.
5 seconds.
Well,
Oh,
I have
man.
the nasty habit of setting my alarm earlier than I actually need to get up so I can snooze it.
Mhm.
I need that wake up time, and I know it's awful. That's the worst thing you can possibly do because you're not sleeping, you're not getting good sleep, and it really doesn't help. But
Yeah.
it's just a psychological like crutch of getting out of bed in the morning.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it's not bad. So,
So,
yeah, I murdered
I'm
30
looking at
goblins.
this really terrible Connect 4 tic-tac-toe.
Yeah. Oh, never got a chance. It's just a bunch of X's. Yeah, y'all spent, oh, I don't know, 72 seconds murdering 30 individual human little beings.
I just,
Well, there's 3 alive. There's 3 alive, so
if
27
you just
dead.
sort of
They
try to
they started it.
visualize what happened there, that was a blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of death in just over a minute. Like, hold your breath. That's a minute. I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Of course, you had magic, and you had a Tarathiel just shooting up mind daggers and Farazan swinging massive sticks around. But that's pretty impressive.
aren't
To
the ones on the
kill.
left, aren't they knocked out too? Or did
Well, um, the bathhouse keeper, Oric. Remember, he went around just started
He was
executing.
just murdering them.
Yeah.
Dang it.
However, you're all right. The ones that have the wrench symbol, those guys are still alive but unconscious.
Okay.
This one down here in the corner, down. Yeah, if they have a wrench, they're alive. But these 3 up here at the top, next to Pazzo, they're bound and awake. And if you remember, you waited for the sleep spell to wear off, and they woke up with just murderous rage in their eyes.
We
Uh,
think they're enchanted.
You know they're enchanted.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, having dealt with Oryx's enchantment and just their pure behavior. I mean, goblins, sure, they're little evil bastards, but they're not just rage monsters. They're stupid and they're chaotic and they'll kill, but they'll run. These things kept on throwing themselves at you over and over and over, and they didn't pull their ranged weapons. They went hand to hand melee. So they're a little touched even for a goblin's mind.
That's good.
And the
Well, I
3
know
of them.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The 3 of them are sitting there staring at you, just chittering back and forth in Goblin. I don't remember. None of you guys speak Goblin, right?
Mm-mm.
But even without speaking it, you can tell it's just curses and profanity and wanting to kill you, and it's just very obvious. What were you
Well,
saying?
I know that I pulled out all the stops. I think I'm pretty much spent.
I know you spent a lot of first level, and that,
Yeah, I blew all my first level spells. Let me look here. Spells.
and then the Ball of Fire. That's a level 2 spell, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Oh,
Council.
I got 2 slots left.
Okay. The 3.
I have a dent in my ward.
Nobody
Nearly
really
out of-
got hurt, right?
No, I did.
Oh wait, no, you got nailed twice, really good in the beginning for like 14.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, many of us got hurt.
Pardon me.
I beg to differ.
So that may have been a 2.5 hour fight, but it is 10 minutes after midnight game
Mhm.
time. Like this,
Mhm.
they literally just came up. You stomp the hell out of them, and the fight is over.
The thing is, do we want to leave it a night because that will let Drakthar, was that his name? That
Dracula.
will let Drakthar know that something's up when his goblins don't return. So we probably want to go down there before morning, which means we can't really afford a long rest.
Doesn't he come up?
Or
So you want to pull
or-
the same trick twice.
yeah.
I mean,
Oric mentioned, he looks over and he mentions, I believe he comes up during the night and does his magic on me, for sure.
While you're asleep.
Usually, yeah. Well, not usually, every time.
90% of the time, it works every time.
I work second shift.
All right, Tarathiel gets out of the bath.
Do we
Farazan's
want to take a?
Farazan's
Go
gonna
ahead.
walk over and start tying up the unconscious ones.
They're tied up. Oh, unconscious. Okay, yeah. So, not to be too much of a stickler, but what are you tying these guys up with?
Mm.
The
I have rope.
the rope that is listed
50
in my
feet.
inventory.
Okay. All right.
We can cut it up. I think enough to bind
As
them.
long as you have it in your inventory, we're good. But there are 10 living unconscious, like beaten to crap out of them unconscious goblins. Not magically slept. They're just, on death's door kind of thing.
Well, they I've got 50 feet, so that should be enough for at least half of
I do
them.
too.
So there you go.
I did.
So you tie them up like a chain gang.
It's probably a good idea. Be easier to move them to the jail, whatever.
Okay. No problem.
I'm not going to jail. That's not how this works.
And Oryx just kind of, he doesn't look mean. He doesn't look angry or evil or vicious, but he's eyeballing the goblins. And you, just by the look on his face, you can tell he just wants to put them out. He just wants to be done with them.
Yeah.
But you did say, I forgot exactly what somebody said, but you said something to him and he backed off. He's like, oh, fine. We'll kill them all. But you can tell, if you had to vote, you know what his vote is.
Yeah.
His vote would be a check mark upside the head with an axe.
With an axe.
Yeah.
But you can't leave him here.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going through my mind is a couple things. One, they weren't exceptionally violent until we pressed them, right?
Right.
Two, they're enchanted to behave contrary to what they would normally behave. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, my concern is if we do take them to the guards, are the guards just going to kill them? Or are they going to expel them? I mean, I don't really trust the guards that much because they were measuring success in ears.
You're getting paid for ears.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money lying on the ground. Do you cut the ears off the living ones or just the dead ones?
What?
Appropriate response. So what's the plan? What do you guys plan on doing?
Don't be a fool. All of them, of course.
Bad.
I don't know.
God,
What do you guys
so
want to
many
do? It does seem like
I'm just looking
That's
at all
it.
these just X'd out bodies all over the place.
it's
So
like
I speak,
you know,
I know comprehend languages.
Okay.
So I could at least understand what they're saying. Of course, they're really not in their own mind, right? They're just sort of like frothing at the mouth and cursing at us.
Give me an Arcana check. Anybody that has it, if you're proficient in it or not, go ahead and give it a shot.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Just saying.
Where's my
16.
Ooh,
Where's my stuff?
Tarathiel.
Oh, there it is. Tarathiel. Okay. 16. So you do realize, just based off of what Auric was saying, that these things are being re-enchanted daily as well. Right? So whatever this thing is doing to Auric is also being done to the goblins, and based on how Auric was describing it, it doesn't last forever. Looks like it's lasting about 24 hours at a time.
So we
That's
just
a
wait
lot
it
of
out.
spell casting.
It is.
Where are we going to put them while we do that?
Bag of holding.
Do y'all have that? I thought she had that.
She
Behold
does.
my bag of goblin corpses.
Ears, goblin bits.
It's like, oops. Did
I
not
know.
work.
Sifting through the corpses looking for a live one.
Yep.
I'm sure there's one in here somewhere.
I mean, we could
That's
take
a really good question.
we can take the live ones and drag them across the
Volcano.
town to volcano. Yeah, drag them across town to the what's the church? The Saint Cuthbert? I don't know. Don't they have?
Stick us-
Don't
that's
they
where
have some
it's-
sort of facilities for
Incarcerating goblins.
that?
Oh
No.
yeah, they do have that goblin storage chamber.
You know, if we get to Jadaroon, we would have plenty of places.
Yeah, that one's blocked off by the guards.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just went downstairs and had a look? There might be just a cave or something right there.
I mean, these closet is connected to the Underdark, so there's got to be some place we could stash them.
Pretty sure we've established every closet is connected to the Underdark.
Yes.
So far, we haven't found one that isn't. So I believe your logic is sound.
So, 100%. It's an ironclad
You know,
guarantee.
when you were a kid and there was a monster in the closet, guess what? There really was.
I think we might be the monsters in the closet today.
You're right. So I think maybe it's worth like at least peeking down in there and see what sort of the area is down below. Perhaps there is a place where we can kind of, hold them for a little while.
I would like to do a short rest before we do that. If
Okay.
that's possible.
Too.
If
That's a good
anybody
idea.
else would like a short rest,
Me.
let's do that.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm gonna put my armor back on.
Okay. I'm taking a look to see how long unconsciousness from damage is. I want to say it's D4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know that off the top of their head?
I don't.
It's 2d4 hours. 2d4 hours.
Is it 2D4 hours? 60-12 hours?
Yeah.
Jamie
72.
speaks with confidence.
Yeah. 6d12 plus 1 per level of the thing that knocked you out.
Well, that's just a weird number.
I mean, it's D&D. What are the rules? I mean, it's all made up anyway.
Well, bare minimum, it's an hour, so you definitely have time to take a short rest.
The issue is going to be trying to push 10 tied up together goblins downstairs at once.
I mean,
All right, so
we could batch them.
Bash them?
Batch.
Batch. It's
Dispatch
important to
them?
enunciate. Dispatch.
1d4 hours, they gain 1 hit point. So I will be rolling that after the hour short rest.
Okay.
But you have time
I
up. I mean, it's not like they're going to go run amok.
Come on.
I'm going to roll 2 hit dice that time. That can't be 2.
But before we do a short rest, Farazan's going to use his second wind ability to gain back his D10 plus con modifier hit points.
Wisdomous, because you get that back with the short rest.
Yes, yes, indeed. That's a 10.
Khaldun, I don't think actually took any hit point damage. His shield just got marred up a little bit, right? Okay.
Yes, that is correct. I am going to use my arcane recovery and recover 2 first level slots.
Okay.
What is that?
Very good.
Arcane recovery once per day during a short rest. I can gain back slots that are equal to half my level.
Oh,
So 2 first, 1 second.
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet. I like that. All right,
Yeah,
I'm
it's pretty handy.
pressing the long rest button, and I'm going to spend a hit point.
Short
Short
rest.
rest.
Short
rest.
Short rest. Take short
Yes,
rest.
short rest. If there's nothing else, is successful. No problems. Oric is spending the time. He's using that decanter he's got, and you just hear him, Geyser, Geyser, and he's blasting all of the blood into the giant tub, and cleaning up, trying to get all the mess up. Doesn't quite get it all, but he also goes under and pulls a drain open, and the water's draining out of the giant tub. So he's spending the time cleaning up all the dead bodies y'all made and the blood, trying to clean up his area. Geyser.
So here's a fun thing. Psychic Whispers doesn't require a shared language.
No,
I know it's an amazing. It's an
It is a
amazing
very
feature.
good ability.
So cool. So I mean, these goblins are probably just screaming at us and swearing, but in theory, I could talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah, it is true.
Go for it.
Would you have to spend a die to do that to bring them in?
Yeah, but I'm not spending all my die in a day anyway, so that's
Okay.
not awful to have to do that.
Yeah.
How many die do you get per day?
4. The first time I do it, it's free, and then after that, it costs a die every time I do it.
And you get die based on your statistic, like your intelligence or dex?
Level.
It's
level?
it's something to do with my proficiency bonus. I don't remember exactly what
Okay.
it is.
Cool. No, that's fine. I was just actually curious. So you're gonna do my Vulcan mind meld with a goblin?
Yeah, I can only do 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. We may as well. Let me do that. That will last for
Ever.
1 hour.
Okay.
Which is going to be
So
the worst hour of Tarathiel's life. When there's these 2 goblins screaming into his brain the entire time.
so
That's the one
you-
time you're glad you roll a 1.
Yeah, you talk
Mhm.
about insomnia. Oh my god. Imagine having a pair of goblin voices just screaming in your head for an hour straight. So
Imagine it. I have teenagers. I know what
you
it's like.
you link up to the 2 goblins, and you can differentiate between the 2 of them. It's no problem. And you're in control. It's not like they're just screaming in your brain. But when you link up and you try to communicate with them, it's a lot of just feral talk. Still a lot of the whole just cursing and die. We're gonna kill you. But you do get a lot of Drakthar is king. Long live the king. Drakthar owns this. Drakthar is the king of rats. But
King
the
of
strange
rats?
thing, rats like
Rats.
rats.
Don't like it.
The strange thing is you hear their voices, but there's a subtle voice on top of both of them that sounds the same. That's basically saying, "Go cause mayhem.
Mhm.
Go to the city. Don't be seen. Don't kill anyone outright. If you get cornered, fight for your life. You're mine. I control you." So you hear the voice of this Drakthar in their mind constantly telling them, giving them commands.
Stick about a quarter milk.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
that DVD.
Don't come back without the milk.
In that one old lady's purse.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was just
Tried.
thinking, Rocket Raccoon and his leg.
Tried that. Yeah. That guy's leg.
I don't really
All
need
right.
it.
Listen up. You lot are going to get up and we're going to go back downstairs. Or you can end up in the pool. And he just like thumbs over his shoulder to the pool of blood.
Give me a not persuasion, intimidation.
A big
Rolling
mean and
dice.
angry check.
I'll give you
Wasn't
advantage.
expecting this.
I'll give you advantage. You're in their head and talking to them directly, so that's
Well, that's
pretty
good.
unnerving.
Advantage with my +0 is going to be fantastic.
That's +5.
That's a natural 20 and a natural
Natural.
1. So
That was
amazing.
really good time to have advantage.
Yes.
Wonderful.
They stop. The two that you're communicating with, they stop.
Hmm.
Of course, the 20 was the first roll, right? I mean, the one
I
was the
don't
second.
know. I don't know if it
Doesn't do
puts
okay.
them in order or not.
Anyway, it worked. The two specifically, the ones that you have linked with, they stop, and it's like their fear shifts to you. They
Mhm.
were afraid of this Drakthar's voice, and now they're afraid of you. So they're bound up. They're struggling to do as you command.
All right. Trathiel will ask the other two. All right, help them up. They're looks like they're going to cooperate.
Yeah, the three of them,
Cool.
all three of them. So the two are definitely in it. The third one is just playing along with that one because they're their herd mentality. Like, Murd is doing it, so is
Yeah.
Mudface, so I'm going to do it.
Oh no!
Pack
I got
tactics.
murd.
Yeah.
You got Murd. Hey,
Murd-
he can
Murd wrote
write.
this.
He said Murd wrote this.
Murd.
He wrote that on
Murd
something.
wrote this.
Did we get Snark?
Yeah.
No, Murd's the middle one. You have Murd.
Murd. Oh,
You have a celebrity goblin.
Murd, Lurd, and
We
Curd.
do.
Right, I've heard of you.
Yeah. So
Your name is written all over this city, baby. All right.
Bearzon helps
See if we can.
picks up the goblins and sets them on their feet.
Yeah, we'll get them up.
No problem.
Are we going to
They're
try and wake the others up and get them all moving at once?
So
How long would it take to just take a peek downstairs to see what we're getting into before we like march them down there?
Door's unlocked. Actually, the door's open. You guys haven't been over there.
No.
Because they were
closed it. That
Oh,
was
did
the
you?
first
Okay.
thing he did when the combat was over. He went,
Okay.
checked
Nope.
the door, closed the door, and then went and screamed into the bath.
That's fine. That's fine. I was just gonna say that they were streaming out. The door was open, but you closed the door.
Yep.
No tricky DM stuff here, buddy.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Nope.
That's right.
Nope. I remember. Yeah, it's great.
I painstakingly keep notes of useless facts and then forget to write down characters, NPCs' names.
Well, the door is unlocked for sure. Because
Do you
Orak
want
did lock.
just like sneak down there and look around? No, I mean not like a mile away, but just sort of in the entrance.
Sure, I
what-
can
what-
tell. I can tell Murd if something's gone bad.
What?
If Murd starts screaming, it's me.
Save him! Save him! The voices in my head say, "Save me!"
We don't want to leave these three here with and he looks over his shoulder at Orc,
Yeah,
unprotected.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to leave the other 10 with Auric either.
I mean,
So-
if you want to, like, I am not stealthy, so if you want to do it like by yourself, I'll stay back here.
I can do that.
and-
So real quick, before you head down at the end of your short rest, I'm gonna roll real quick 10d4 and see how many of these goblins that are tied up wake up. Because they wake up within an hour, d4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8, 3, 9, 10. 4 of them wake up or regain consciousness. The other 6 are still out for several hours. So just FYI, you've got 4 conscious, teetering on death, tied up goblins up here. And Auric, I'll keep an eye on him. He grins. So if that changes anything before you go down there, that's all I wanted to bring that up, Tarathiel.
No, I'm still gonna go. I'll go.
Oh,
I'll go have
okay.
a look.
And you have dark vision, correct?
Fairzon
If
will
I'm
go
not back
over
in
to.
10 minutes,
Whoops.
wait longer.
I was
Come
gonna
get
say,
me. I'm probably dying.
Save me!
Fairzon's gonna go to the door and keep an ear out.
Listen for his blood-curdling screams.
Yes.
They'll come out of mud. It's fine.
All
Oh,
right. Is that
there we go.
is that revealing? Is
I
it
mean,
showing?
not
That's
really.
Yes,
but-
it is. It is revealed.
Okay, good. I'm trying a new setup. I'm only using 2 laptops instead of 3, so I don't see what I do as a player on Roll20. So let me
This
know
is
if something doesn't.
T13, so not too revealing.
Yes. Mid drift only. You come down the stairs.
Yeah.
They are perfectly, actually very well sculpted stairs. Go down.
La la.
It doesn't show between this map and the previous one, but you go down basically a square spiral staircase.
Yeah.
About 20 feet down into the ground. Okay, and when you get to the bottom, you get to this landing that goes on around the corner, but the stonework changes. Like
Mhm.
the stone that you've been going down has been much more pristine and better, um, better hewn. This is a little rougher, and the rock is darker. So you know you're definitely getting deeper into the volcano, but it's still very well crafted masonry.
Okay, so we're not getting into lava tubes or anything.
No.
Lava tubes.
And from where you're standing, you can see, and honestly, like you can poke your head around. It does continue down another set of, damn it, stairs. Another set of damn it. Is that not clearing? Why aren't you clearing?
Farazan kind of peeks his head into the closet door and says, "Caca, caca."
Tookie.
I'm just kidding. He wouldn't do that.
Is that it? It's just more stairs.
Well, yeah. I mean, it does go further. There you go. Trying to reveal it. Is it revealing?
No,
No.
that was anti-reveal.
Okay.
I'm going.
He has dark vision. Is that magical darkness?
Bing.
No. Why it's not revealing? Why is this giving me?
It did reveal, and then it
Are
covered
you
it back up.
on the DM layer, maybe.
That could be it. Shall we try?
There you
There
go.
All right.
How's
Cool.
that?
Nice.
Who's he? It does go down another set of stairs, another flight of stairs,
Okay, then
but
continue,
it turns into a flat again and goes to what looks like an obvious T intersection. You have dark vision, yes?
Yep.
Give me a stealth check.
Don't do this to trick.
That's a natural 1 for a 9.
Excellent.
That's not a 7.
Well, it's better than a 7, actually. Almost 30% better.
Raphael stubs his face on a wall.
Quiet.
The stone stairs from Oryx Bathhouse descend 30 feet now that where you are now, eventually opening into a 5-foot wide corridor that runs east and west. So the map is not
Rotated.
correctly, yes.
And these are 5-foot squares.
They are 5-foot squares.
Mhm.
The masonry walls are covered with crude graffiti written in chalk, blood, slime, excrement, and other less recognizable substances.
Yum.
To the east, you
Yum.
hear a strange cacophony of monstrous chatter and barking dogs. There are 2 openings in the south wall. What's your dark vision? Like 60 feet, something like that?
Yep.
Okay, so you see this entire hallway.
What direction is the top of the map?
That's west. So north is
Of
to
course.
the right.
Okay.
So
All
it's turned 90 degrees to clockwise. To the clockwise.
I'm gonna grab my screen and just rotate
Ready?
it. Yeah.
Problem solved.
There
alright,
are
so-
2 openings in the south wall. The doors that once sealed these openings have long been removed, but their hinges remain in place. So the south wall is the left, or you know what I'm saying? Like south is left,
Yeah, like here.
north is east. Yeah.
And here.
Also, there is a fine
Holy
mist,
crap.
almost like a thin fog that covers the floor once you hit the landing. It's chilly down here, and everything smells of wet dirt and
Goblin.
decay. Not like compost decay, but fleshy decay.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I was hoping to just find a chamber down here that we could store goblins in for a while, but
And rainbows.
Yeah. yeah.
Alas.
Maybe like
Maybe
like
goblin storing chamber down here.
yeah, like an underground florist shop or something like that. You know.
Well, you know, if we're gonna go visit Jenya later.
And you see
You
all
got
these
something nice.
doors, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
8,
there's
9, 12. Let me get you full sight. Full of sight. There we go. That is what you see from this vantage point.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I want to continue on. But hey, I can always run away, right? Right?
Mhm.
So if I step into the corridor, can I see around this corner? Because this is empty, right? I mean, I can step in if it doesn't seem like there's anything there, but
That seems like a pretty good angle, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing are cots on the western wall. At the foot of each cot is a small chest, footlocker.
Mhm.
The cots are made and they're made and ready to be slept in. The footlockers are closed, and you don't really see any kind or hear any kind of movement coming from in here. You see that there's a pillar. You step up.
Yeah.
4 pillars supporting the ceiling of this otherwise empty square room. Graffiti covers the walls, and the southern door hangs ajar, which is where you're standing.
Mhm.
9 sturdy wooden cots covered with folded wool blankets are neatly pushed against the walls. Let me open this up.
and that doesn't seem like somewhere where goblins would sleep, right?
Now, there's graffiti on the walls, but it's relatively clean.
Yeah. It would be weird for goblins to be sleeping in made beds, I would imagine.
Or make their bed, right?
Or make the bed, yeah.
I mean, they are enchanted.
I'd
Yeah,
expect
I mean-
significantly more feces.
No.
Drakthar demands good hygiene.
Yes.
no,
This is
no
this
murder
is
until you
the
clean your room.
Yeah, manners matter.
most fastidious hobgoblin ever.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a
All
monocle.
right, well, I mean, this room is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. I just wanted a space where we could store goblins that wasn't going to muck up the bathhouse.
So, your passive perception, you do hear footsteps that are probably trying to be quiet, but aren't
Mhm.
being quiet back in this other door across this chamber.
Does it sound like it's walking towards this space,
Shuffling,
or just walking past?
not really walking around, more like hiding. I mean, for lack of a better word, like they're attempting to be stealthy and they failed terribly. And you picked it up with your passive perception. So it's like they were hiding behind a box and they stubbed their toe in the box. You know, that kind of thing. A
Yeah, but
very,
equally,
very
equally
obvious.
incompetent.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
You are both aware of each other.
Yes. Appears they were aware of you, and now they have made themselves aware to you.
Yeah, Tarathiel's going to back up. I think we want to bring everyone down if we're going to have an encounter with something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heading up.
I'm going to sneak back upstairs.
Flip flop the map around.
By sneak, I mean just like
Run.
drag a sword across the wall.
May
I
as
go.
well.
You run back up into the bathhouse. Ah, geyser. No. He's still up there cleaning up. Not much has changed. That was about, I don't know, 30 seconds of your life.
Yep.
That was quick.
There's a like a barracks or something down there filled with beds. We could store the goblins in while we explore down there. There was someone down there. They were being really loud, but I don't think they heard me.
That's
Worst
good.
report ever. Or maybe the best.
It's like everything you just said was wrong.
Mo just shakes his head.
No.
No, that's okay. Farazan will look at Oric and say, we do have to deal with this downstairs before we can move them. Are you willing to watch them a bit longer
Yeah,
and not kill them?
maybe. No, I'll keep them
Totally
alive.
depends on them.
I will keep them as long as they keep straight. That's right. But I'll keep them alive. I'll keep an eye on them.
Okay.
But if he gives
Help.
you any trouble in the next hour, you can let me know. I'll come back.
Help me shuffle them into one of these bathrooms.
Okay.
Shove.
I mean, there's 13 of them. And he points at the first bath.
How many-
bath chamber.
How many can Farazan lift at once?
All of them.
Yeah.
We'll just
mean,
toss them.
Just
I'm
juggles them.
assuming like 4, like you've got a string of 4 of them and he just grabs the first one, drags
Just
it
picks
in.
up the string.
Yeah, just drags the
Pick
next
up the
one in.
string in the middle and just pick them all up.
Yeah. I mean, there's hooks in here for ropes, right? So he just kind of hooks this,
Hangs them up.
hang them up to dry.
You have absolutely no problem.
Okay.
He would have had a little bit of problem, but Farazan, you knock it out, no problem.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right.
All right, we'll be back.
I'll be here.
Let's
I'll
go.
be alive.
Let's go shopping for murder.
Most foul. All right.
Murder most-
Yes.
Yep.
Murder most foul.
With the most chickens.
Heading back down into Drakthar's Way,
I don't
which
like
is the name of this adventure.
Oh.
it. We didn't happen to level up at the end of 30 Goblins, did we?
Oh, yeah, I meant to talk to you guys off air. You're actually a level higher than you should be for what is called for this adventure, but I did that because you're down to 3 players.
Yeah.
This is an adventure for
Oh.
4 to 5 people. So you're level 4. You should actually only be level 3 for this adventure.
There's a tiny Khaldun.
Yes.
little
And
behind.
there's
What
me
the-
and mini me.
Did I do that?
No, I moved myself and I
Oh.
was mini.
Okay.
Is
So-
that puzzle?
Let's see if
That
I
was
can
still
pull
in
up-
it.
Are
And a
we back
Khaldun
to
costume.
5 foot squares?
There we go.
These are 5
Yeah.
foot squares. Yep.
Okay, excellent.
Yes, I thought so too. Very happy when I was setting up the grid on this map.
Mhm.
It basically fit. All right, I need everybody's stealth check now
Mhm.
because got some non-stealthy peoples walking on the stonework. Trathiel, you're a ghost.
I think
I'm like,
it's going to auto
I'm gone.
disadvantage. I think, I have disadvantage.
I think I rolled a 0. Oh no, I've got a 0
geez.
modifier.
I actually rolled
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah, you
Wow.
did. It's 15. So,
I think yeah.
Farazan, do you have disadvantage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
it's
the
8.
armor you're wearing.
It's 8.
So you have an 8. All right.
I think he has disadvantage from being Farazan.
I don't think so.
It's just
I don't think
everything.
so.
I don't.
Uh,
It's hard to just get arbitrary disadvantage. That's a big
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't have. Maybe,
Yeah, he's wearing splint mail, so
that'll do it.
he need,
Okay.
he's walking around. It's like oil can.
Yeah, you're scraping with every other step. You're not quiet.
He's cosplaying as wind chimes.
Sorry.
All right,
You're making it worse.
I've got you on the map. What do you want to do?
Is Trathiel in the wall? It looks like there. Okay, there we go. All right.
Yeah, no, I did. I jumped in the wall to kind of indicate that I was very stealthy. Like, you can't see me. All right. Krathio will come around this corner then. Has anybody entered this room since I left it?
Not that you can tell. There's nobody in there now. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, that was. I just wanted to come in and then see whether or not. there was
Farazan
anything.
sticks about 20 feet behind him.
I think you guys need light, right?
Oh yeah.
One of you, at least one.
I have a continual light.
Is that a ring or something?
It's
I
a
forget.
ring. It's a
That's
ring
right.
that's got continual light on it. It's 10 foot bright, 10 foot dim.
In that case, Farazan sticks within 10 feet of
Or
Khaldun.
20 foot bright, 20 foot dim. You keep thinking in terms of 10 foot squares.
All right. Tarathiel, you come up stealthily, and looking into this room, you see various crates and chest casks. Most of them are burned with a symbol resembling a bird cage. There are narrow avenues leading their way through the stacks of stuff. Give me a perception check.
14.
14.
Slightly better than passive.
Looks clear.
Like it.
Alrighty.
Amon Calamari pops up and says, "It's a trap."
All right. I guess I'm going through.
What are you guys doing? Just hanging back a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him be stealthy.
Do you have any light going?
Keeping within a
Khaldun?
move action.
I do.
Okay.
I have my ring on.
So your light is 20 feet bright?
I think it's 10 and 10.
I think
you
it's.
said before.
Yeah, I think it's. Let me double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
Confirmed.
Because just FYI, it is pitch black down here. There is no
It
light.
is 20 foot bright and 20 foot dim.
Okay, so your bright light is extending over half this room, almost half the room, and the dim light is illuminating, granted, blocked by walls, but you are putting off a lot of light. Just trying to visualize that. It's hard to see that when everything's just lit up and everything's cleared off, but your light is...
Let me check my inventory. Do I have a candle? I think candles are not quite as bright. Because that's the light of a torch. If I lit a torch, it'd have the same amount of light.
Right.
I do not have anything dimmer.
Yeah,
Okay.
dim switch on the ring.
I'll work on that.
So you can cover it up. That's not a problem. It's just when
Yeah.
you're using it, you're a beacon in the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible that I could mute it a little bit since my hands are free, right?
Take it, put it in your mouth. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I do. Nope.
Just open it up when you want to walk. Yeah, I mean, you can dim it. You can put your hand around it.
Technically no, but
Sure, but it doesn't make sense that you couldn't cover it or
yeah.
funnel it or something.
Yeah.
Wrap a strip of cloth around it or something.
I mean, my
Stick it under
hands
your
are
armpit.
free. I'm not carrying anything, so I could just put my hands together like this to cover the ring.
Okay. I think in order to let you do, if you're talking about just completely covering it, no big deal. If you want to kind of shutter it to minimize the light to where you can at least see, I would want to give you disadvantage on initiative.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Your hands are tied up. You're concentrating. You're trying to keep the light down, so you
Fair
would
enough.
be a little slower on the draw. Plus, you'd have to draw some stuff. Does that seem fair?
Sure.
And you can minimize the light down to 5 and 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
Farazan's keeping right at the front edge of the light, and all of a sudden, Khaldun starts messing with it, and he's just like, boom, right into the, ow.
Damn, it's dark all of a sudden. All right, Tarathiel, you step into this small-ish chamber. Let me open it wider for you here.
Would we recognize the symbol of a birdcage from some business or something in town? Nathan Lane movie, whatever.
Great Nathan Lane movie.
It is fantastic.
Is that the one with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's oh
And
my
Hank
God,
Azaria. Hank
Hank
Azaria is
Azaria, yeah,
amazing in
yeah.
that
it's
movie.
definitely an
Yeah.
all-star. That's a hilarious movie. Oh my
Yeah, it's
God,
great.
I haven't thought about that movie in years.
It's essentially that
Birdcage people.
scene from Mrs. Doubtfire where they're messing with the mask and stuff, and they just took those characters and they made a movie out of them, right? Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah. Anyway,
So
back to this form of entertainment.
back to reality.
Yeah.
Step into the room.
Mhm.
You did not notice the goblins that were hiding in this room.
Dang
Nope.
it.
We are rolling initiative, and they have surprise.
Supplies.
It's a very, very low key. We're rolling initiative, but surprise, we're rolling initiative. There were two goblins. You can. I'm trying to open it up. For some reason, I'm having some difficulty, the technical difficulty opening things up. But there are two goblins in here, hiding among the casks and things like that.
Tell
So
them I
yeah,
hate them.
please give me initiative,
Mm-mm.
all of you. Do it
Can we
while
have
I
all
figure
roll?
this out.
But not Pazel, right?
Is Pazel out?
Yeah, she's next to me.
Yeah. Just flag around. But she hasn't rolled initiative yet, I don't think.
No, I haven't. There you go. Oh, she got 16.
Nice.
Oh,
I
really?
got 11, so I got a natural 20 and a 9, I think. Yeah, so I got 11.
Does Farazan have disadvantage as well since he's relying on the light, or is that just because his hands are tangled?
It's just because he's got his hands together, concentrating on not spreading light 20 feet. After initiative, it won't have any effect whatsoever. It's just it's going to slow him down a little bit
Okay.
in order to not beacon all the way up and down this hallway.
Mhm.
All right, who got above a 20? All right, 15 to 20.
19.
Pazel,
Pazel,
16.
16. I heard a 19.
19 for Tarathiel.
Tarathiel. All right. 10 to 15.
A 10.
10. Okay.
I got 11. I got
I'll
11.
do. All right.
Disadvantage, and you still go faster than Farazan.
It's a quick dude.
It's those wind chimes that get tangled.
So it is round one. Tarathiel, you're surprised. Pazel, not really in the room, so technically the rest of you guys are going to be surprised too, because there's no way you could have detected them.
Yeah.
It is the goblin's turn. You see the westernmost one bolt around the corner. This one moves behind a large stack of crates and just various stuff, containers, and throws a dagger at you.
It's not very nice.
No.
That's
He's
what
not
it
very
feels like.
Very nice. Hit you in the brain.
Oh.
That's a hit. For
That'll
sure.
do. That'll
Yeah.
do.
For a whopping 4 points of damage.
Gasp.
Lucky we took that rest.
And he finishes his movement into the darkness around the corner.
Ah, crap.
Let me open some more up for you because you got a better angle than that.
Out of curiosity, what's the range on that telepathy thing that Tarathiel has?
It's like
Pretty
a
huge.
mile or something. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So
Is it a
this,
mile?
Yeah, that's huge.
I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's very big.
my guess is the two goblins upstairs just went
It is within 1 mile. As long as you're within 1 mile.
Trying to figure out a good angle for you. So you
It-
still
it-
see
it-
one of them.
It's like low key the best power out of the.
It's pretty
It's
outstanding
pretty good.
power.
Yeah.
When I
it's a really
first read it, I thought, I will probably never use this, and then it's been incredibly useful. I mean, being able to throw psychic daggers is cool, but
Yeah,
being able to
it
talk
very-
to anyone over a mile is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
It's those subtle powers that reading on paper is like, that's cool, but when you actually use it, yeah, it really shines. All right, they have moved. Khaldun, you are surprised. Farazan surprised. Round 2, Tarathiel, it's your turn.
Guys, we have company.
Oh, and I failed
What
to
up?
mention, you heard them jibber jabbering
Uh-huh.
as they're running around the corner.
Put out the good silverware.
We have
Uh,
guests.
I wa- I wonder if I could repeat what they said to Mert and get a response. But anyway, I don't think it works that way because he doesn't have to understand me, so I don't think I could spell out a word to him.
Yeah. Farazan says, Khaldun, get up here. I need your light.
25. Traziel's going to move to there.
Open that up. You see the other goblin there?
Whoop, whoop.
Uh-huh.
Did it open? Sorry,
Oh,
it's
I'm
hard to tell on here.
Yes, yeah, I can see two of them. This one's like partially covered, but
Yeah. Oh,
I can see them both.
all right. That's what you see.
All right, I'm gonna throw a dagger at the first one,
It's not very nice.
which I don't have. So I can't sneak attack on either of these guys at the moment.
Correct.
But all right, I'm gonna throw a dagger at the one on the left.
Okay.
And 11 probably does not do it.
That is a miss. Now, these look a little different. These move differently. They have better armor. They just have a different from the 30 upstairs who are just basically feral and just your standard goblin. These have a little bit more to them. Like they have a bit more finesse, and the fact that they hid from you says a lot about their skills too.
Yep. Dash, disengage, or hide. Okay. I've got 5 feet of movement left, so
Yes,
I'm
please.
gonna disappear into the shadows and use a cunning action to hide.
Okay, that'll work. Give me your stealth check. And Pazel's turn.
So
Pazel's going to hang tight here in the corridor, just to keep an eye,
Okay.
up and down. She has 120-foot dark vision.
In that case, she can see the entire hallway both ways, which I think you see that now. Okay. Pazel, and then it is the goblin's turn again.
Good grief, that's a long
again.
hallway.
Yeah, it's about 65 feet to the west and maybe 40 or 50 to the east. The goblin number 1, the one that you threw a dagger at, continues to move on down the hall and is drawing a bow that was previously slung on his back. It's actually pretty good. Looks like he's been doing that for years. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You're not. They can't see you. I forgot you hit. You're around the corner. So it will move.
I mean, mechanically, I'm sure they could figure out where I went, but
Well, yeah, but
Where did he go?
you're very sneaky, sir.
Yeah.
All right, that one moves back, and this one moves over to the side. I'm going to give the second one a perception check to see you, and does not. It also unslings a bow and knocks an arrow, and it looks like it's ready in action. Just to kind of give you guys, it's got its bow drawn, it's looking, and looks like it's waiting for something to happen. That's also when you notice another one to come from an area around that you just couldn't see from there yet. And they are both unstringing their bows as well, following suit. Khaldun, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You, so it's dark. Tell me what you're doing for light. Like you're good.
I got
You've
my
got
ring.
it covered.
I got my
know,
ring.
but are you keeping it 5, 10 feet?
No,
Are you
no,
letting
not
it go?
now.
Okay,
I'll let it go.
cool. So then you see all that. That's why I'm asking. You see those 3
Okay.
goblins.
Okay.
Or 2. You don't see the leftmost one. Don't have quite line of sight, but the other 2 you have good enough to where you could target.
You said these goblins look bigger than the other goblins?
Honestly, bigger. Just they move differently. They have better equipment.
they're not enchanted for a start.
They're not doing
we don't know.
Rage Monster right now. No.
If they're enchanted, they've got different orders.
Okay.
And actually, now that I think about it, that triggers this This one does not have line of sight. This one has line of sight, but you've got cover.
Okay.
But you trigger its ready action. It does shoot an
Alright.
arrow at you.
Okay.
And 18 on the die.
Jeez.
You've got 3/4 cover because of all the stuff in there. That gives you +5 to your armor class.
And a Tarathiel.
That is a 23 to hit.
I'm not here.
23. My armor class with the +5 is 23.
Okay.
So that hits.
Do
Lousy.
a whopping
Shot
5
Jesus.
points of damage from a short
Okay.
bow and arrow.
So it flies and goes chink, hovers in the air and falls to the ground.
You've kind of got like
Nice.
the Dune armor, like
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
that's kind of how I imagined it. Kind of a weird shield like that. But
You
you
said
trigger
5?
that. It's 5 points of damage, yes. And now continue your turn.
Okay. All right. Well, that changes things a little bit. He's irritated me.
Won't you
Power
shoot
word
that
kill.
at me?
You just made my shit list.
I'm trying to decide whether I should try to put them to sleep or incinerate them.
Go with your gut.
The perennial question.
Oh man, can't wait till you get fireball.
Yes.
Didn't say how big was the room. I said I cast fireball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try sleep. There's quite a few of them there. I'm gonna cast sleep, and I'm gonna put it on that one. Did you see my
Okay.
ping?
Yes, I did.
So it should get the 4, and if there I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna roll, but if there happens to be more, it might get them as well. So I'm going to roll sleep.
Oh, good, because I
Roll
was going to say
sleep.
you probably can't see Tarathiel. So
Did it roll?
It
think it-
gave the description of
Yeah, I
sleep.
think it posted the description.
doesn't
All
matter.
right. So
Roll your sleep. Roll your
23.
sleep.
All right. You actually get 2 of them.
Nice.
cool.
I
One
like
was
it.
hurt, so you got that one first. And then the one beside it, luckily enough, the one that had a prepared action is now unconscious. Anything else?
And
Captain?
I'm done.
All right.
Wait,
Fair's
it was hurt?
on.
why was it hurt? I didn't hit it.
Didn't somebody do some damage to the? I thought you. Oh, you missed. You missed.
I missed. Yeah.
Okay.
Shh.
Still get 2?
Shh.
20. No,
Dang it.
Ah,
unfortunately
Sorry.
not. Unfortunately not. The
So
one
they
on
are
the far.
stronger.
Yeah, they are stronger.
Quite a bit stronger. Like twice as strong.
But that one. Anyway, that one you hear one slump and fall asleep.
Okay.
You hear.
Actually, you probably hear the twang of the bow because he's got this arrow knocked and pulled. And he falls asleep and
Yeah.
shoots it to the ceiling or into his buddy's
shoots
left
his buddy
thigh.
next to him.
Yeah. Fair's on.
Oh dear. Okay, so Farazan hears spellcasting and his source of light run past him. So-
So you got
Well,
plenty
it's
of light.
very bright. Yeah, it's very
that's
bright
what
now.
it's
Yeah, plenty of light.
my eyes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huge Fezan shadow slides across the wall.
Yeah.
The light source runs past.
See, I think I can make it to here, and I'm sure that triggers a ready action of 7 or 7.
The center one does take its action.
Okay. Ah!
Natural 20.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
You're like the 20 sponge.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. You get hit a lot for natural 20.
He's a
Let-
tank.
My goodness. 5 plus
There's a face of arrow
6
catching.
is 11. I don't think you double the plus, so it's
You don't.
13 points of damage.
Wow.
I'm going to use
Run
my
back.
Stone's Endurance
Stones.
as a reaction.
Okay.
How much was it?
13.
13. Okay, I'm going to roll that d12 plus 3 and reduce that by 11. So I'm going to take 2.
Nice.
Nice.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So it does hit him, but the arrow doesn't quite penetrate through his tough, thick brain. I mean hide.
It hits you in the skull and just snaps. Doesn't even
Shatters.
penetrate.
Yeah.
You got a bruise. It didn't even pierce the skin.
Yeah.
All right, continue your round. That was his prepared action.
Ow.
It's just, ugh. Damn it.
And so he can't actually see them, can he?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ken.
Light is 20 feet, 5, 10, 15,
It'd
20.
be dim light.
It's dim light, so I think that's
No,
only
they're
disadvantage.
not,
for
they're not
perception.
hiding.
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
only
hiding.
disadvantage for perception. So no, you see him. You see him well enough. The ones you have line of sight on, you can see, which is basically the center one and the one on the left has a little bit of cover from you. The center one is free, open, wide, free game.
Okay. I do have a bow. I'm pretty sure I said that I was buying a longbow at some point, but it's not on my list. So, phooey. All right. As the arrow shatters against his skull, he reaches down on his belt and pulls off one of his hand axes.
Okay.
And he flips it over and holds it by the end and chucks it, over at the center one, or the one that he can see fully.
Yes, the center one.
Yeah, he
Goblin number
leans into it a little bit too, and an 11, I assume, does not hit.
11 misses. He nimbly steps to the side and gives you the finger.
Yeah, hold
Actually,
that up. Hold that up there again, buddy. I got another axe for you. I have a trick that my friend Tarathiel showed me with your finger. Hold it up.
Do you want to do an action surge and throw another axe?
No.
Okay.
I'll do
All
action
right.
surge when I get over there and hit him with a stick.
Anything else?
No more stick.
I think that'll be it. I think that's a move, a standard, and a reaction. So, yeah.
You haven't used a reaction.
I did to
Yeah,
do
he
this.
did. Stone's Endurance.
Stone's
Oh, is that a
Endurance,
reaction? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Then it is round 3. Tarathiel, it's your turn.
Tarathiel is hidden, so I should have
Yes.
advantage on throwing a psychic dagger at someone.
Yes. You certainly do.
Someone's gonna have a bad day.
There's wait. There's one holding his finger up. If you roll a crit, remember he loses the
Yeah,
finger.
yeah.
The finger off
for
at
sure.
the knuckle.
I'm gonna do that.
He could join your clan.
Yep, I'm gonna do that because it's funny, and because I get super advantage when I have advantage. Have fun, buddy.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Now that will do a total of 17 damage with the sneak
And
attack.
it falls like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah,
Just straight
neat
through
trick,
the
huh?
finger and into the brain,
Now,
which I assume
gotta
he keeps in his
think
finger.
that when Tarathiel does that, it's really unnerving because there's no weapon.
Yeah.
There's
He just
no
steps out of the
wound,
shadows
there's
and
no
boom.
nothing. It just dies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's no real reason to even think somebody did it. Like he's in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, he steps in the shadows and the middle guy dies 6 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked me out.
I'll take a bonus action to hide again.
Okay. Give me your stealth check.
22 stealth.
Amazing. Okay. Hazel doesn't see anything.
She doesn't say anything. Okay, she's going to stay put. She's going to keep an eye on that corridor.
It is the evil's turn.
The canary.
Fritz.
The canary will now be played by Pyzel, the owl.
Yes.
This fella moves out of line of sight into the shadows,
It's a good plan.
and so does that one. The other one is asleep. The other one is dead. Khaldun, it's your turn.
1, 2. Moving over like the pile of sticks and stuff. That's a difficult terrain.
Yeah. It would be just like moving through your own people, but yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
Only so not this little bitty box. If it completely fills a square, that's difficult terrain.
Hmm.
If it's just
Okay.
like a little piece, it's not.
Okay.
Like Farazan could, put his hands out, then do that. Oop.
Which brings up a very good point. The ceiling here is 10 feet tall. It's not a very high arched ceiling, by the way. FYI.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Right in front of the sleeping goblin.
Yes, and you have light. So this thing hid, and you've brought light to bear. Does it still get its stealth check?
The bear.
It
I think it
so
should.
it is quiet, but you cannot hide
Hide in plain sight.
if in plain sight,
There's nothing.
unless you have an ability to do that.
Or something really to hide among or with or behind.
Yeah. Now, if it's dim light, he would be hiding in shadows. But if it's bright light, I don't think so.
Okay, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's bright light.
Is that opening? So what you see, he is hiding. So you come around the corner, and he was crouched. You see, there's like a contour line there.
Uh-huh.
The floor drops off, and the part that he's hiding on and what's behind him is cavernous. It is rough hewn. It's not been worked. It looks like it's broken open. And what he's done is he's crouched down behind, and it's not very much. It's a 5-foot dip. That angle is about a 5-foot dip, but it's not enough to where he's not out of sight. So he is not hidden
Okay.
from you at this point.
Okay.
And 5, 10, 15, 20. You, even in dim light, goes all the way across, and you see the other side of this cavern, another just cave wall.
All right. I am going to hurl a firebolt at him.
Okay, roll to hit.
Come on, fireball. Show me, show me, show me.
Show me fireball.
Survey says.
Well, this one already got one wrong.
Yeah, all right. That's great. Yeah. Ta-da.
Ooh.
17.
It's a good number.
17's a hit.
I like it.
8 points of fire.
8 points of damage. He takes it, and unlike the ones that you fought earlier, it doesn't fall immediately.
No.
But he looks
Wrong.
rough. He looks rough.
He's like
Definitely,
medium,
he's
medium
definitely
rare.
bloodied.
Medium rare.
Which was 8. Okay. Yeah. He's pretty tender at this point.
And I'm done.
All right. Khaldun, Farazan.
Oh, right. I was getting ready to make a math joke, but come on. In the chat. My joke was going to be goblin minus 10 feet equals. Yeah, I don't know. One dead goblin. Let's see. Farazan will run up to the source of light and step around the source of light.
That's okay.
And
That's my role. Light.
yeah.
And fire.
Yeah,
Which is part of the
fire.
light and fire and light. It's almost like sin and death, but not quite sin and death. Yeah, with his long staff, he will whirl it above his head and strike down on this thing with its head poking over the top of the cavern floor there.
Okay.
So it's like whack-a-mole, except it's whack-a-goblin. Cue the long staff.
Ooh, nice.
How about a
Natural?
20 to hit?
Is that natural 20?
That's modified.
Oh, still a hit, but yes, it's a hit.
9 points of damage.
9,
You
and
can
that
crit him back.
that medium well goblin now sits still. It is dead.
Why does the long staff do
PED.
slashing damage?
What's that?
The long staff is doing slashing damage.
Yeah, so I have taken a halberd in D&D Beyond, and I've called it a long staff. I've
Right.
customized it, and I guess it says bludgeoning on D&D Beyond, but it doesn't
Yep.
transfer that to Roll20. So
Roll 20.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically a skinned halberd that does bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
yep. So there's that, and with the other one's asleep. The ninja goblin here.
Yes, that
Mhm.
one's sleeping. That ninja hood means taking a nap.
Okay. So he gets ready to whirl around the butt end of the staff, and as he goes to strike it, he notices it's asleep, and instead he will reach over and pull his hand axe out of the wall where he missed, and put it back on his belt.
All right.
This is my favorite axe. I'm not leaving it there.
All right.
I think 1, 2, 3. I think that's the third. He looks at Khaldun and says, "Are there any more?"
I think there's one down the hall to the top of the map, whatever direction that is.
West.
West.
West to the top of the map.
Yes.
So that's 1, 2, and I can't make that corner with one step, right? That's 2 steps. If I started here, I would go up 1, over 1, not diagonal 1.
What?
I'm trying
Yeah,
to count how many
you
how many feet.
you can't diagonal around a corner. You got to step
No.
around it.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so if I did movement, I would be standing on top of an unconscious goblin. So I guess I'm done with my movement then.
All right. This is round 5. Terethiel, it's your turn.
Terethiel says, "I'll get it." 5, 10,
Oh, you're still
15.
hidden. Oh, actually, you're in bright light.
Not
right now.
anymore.
Yeah,
you're
no,
in
I'm
bright
not.
light.
Ah,
Oh, my eyes.
So I think 5 to there, 10, 15.
So the sleeping
20,
goblin,
25, so
I'm not going to count as rough terrain. He's 2 feet
Okay.
tall. Yeah.
Well,
sleeping
30,
terrain.
30 feet will get me to there then. So
Yes.
Terethiel goes past Khaldun, jumps over the sleeping goblin,
Boing.
and we'll get to there with 30 feet. Can I see into that
Give me a perception check.
room?
Disadvantage because the light is not in that alcove.
Dark
Okay.
vision.
I have dark vision.
Dark vision gives you dim vision, which is disadvantage
Okay.
for perception checks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
No
yep,
worries.
yep.
I can do that. It's a 10.
You do not see anything. What you do, you do see something. You can see
Close
like
my eyes.
you don't see a goblin. Let
Okay.
me reveal some stuff though. You do see into it. It's kind of a strange situation. Like you can see, but you can't see that well, so you don't see the goblin that's hiding that you know it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just assumed that he'd gone this way anyway. So I was intending to dash past this door, but only if it wasn't.
I mean, we saw the goblin. Well, I saw the goblin like hop in there.
Tuck in here. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he were to sort of attack into the shadows where you think it might be hiding, that would just be disadvantage, right? Because it's hidden, it's invisible.
Yeah, but I have no idea where it's gone,
Okay.
really.
Yeah, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We got 60 feet. All right. I want to give you everything you're supposed to have. I think that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You have 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see all the way in here.
Oh.
I don't like it.
That's kind of around the corner a little bit, but that's fine.
It's beef jerky.
So what you're looking at is you see the declination marks, right? The -5 feet.
Yep.
So that's a cavern. This is all cavernous,
Mm-hmm.
descending down to the bottom of the map. So it goes up to the top of the map. It goes down on the bottom of the map. Does that make sense? Like it's angled down, going towards the bottom of the map.
Stair step.
But
So
it's gradual. It's not
these are 5
stairs.
feet increases from my perspective.
Yeah, it's a grade. It's not like stair steps, but it is dropping 5 feet per declination. So this up here, the very, very top, where you see these things, that is basically your level, ground level. Here is 5 feet lower. Here is 5 feet lower. So that makes it like it's declining down. So if you were standing right here, you would be 5 feet above this area because this is actually a break off. This is a cliff edge, like a lookout area. It's
Mhm.
it's a drop off, but from here to here is a steady decline. It's not stair step. It's not no drop off. It's going down,
Okay.
like
Okay.
going further down into the mountain.
So if something were flowing, it would be flowing toward you,
Yeah, if there were water, it would be going to the bottom of the map.
right? Okay.
Okay.
Um,
So then,
these, huh?
sorry, I was going to take a dash action to keep moving.
Okay.
So then, can I jump this, or do I need to climb it, or
The 5 feet, you can just drop. It's no problem.
10, 15?
You're rather dexterous.
Yeah. He does one of those unnecessary Luke Skywalker forward flips, jumping over a thing.
You can do
That's
a
like
Marvel landing
Oh, no.
pose.
Don't worry, I fixed it.
that's like 20 feet. Yes.
5, 10,
See any
15.
more of what's going on there?
Yep,
5, 10,
sure?
15, 20.
I
So
can
I should have
keep
10 more feet. I
dragging
really
the entire map.
want to see if I'm going to get murdered, or if I should back up, because scary things appear to be ahead.
Let me just clear this out.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Beef jerky.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. All right.
Soul.
I'm sure that's fine.
See the world. So you see this cavern continues to go downwards as well as going to the east. Looks clear this way. However, now that you've moved around the corner, this area that you're looking at to the west, or the top of the map, it's a natural cavern. It looks like it opened up later after it opened up into what was already hewn out and designed. So here you see a door on the right side. You see the door that
Mhm.
is crafted. This whole floor is crafted. It's just as though this cracked open and broke into the room, and so this nicely hewn room is basically been invaded by a crack in the earth. Does that make sense? Am I jibber jabbering?
Mm-hmm.
So this was already there, but something cracked it open and has broken into this area, right? So now you get the idea of, this was some sort of storage area, and at some point, some sort of natural, like a earthquake, cracked it open, and it's now leaking into it, or what have you.
I
So
can't imagine why there would have been, shifting earth and tectonics and all that other thing in a volcano.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. What you see in this area, against east wall, are 2 large straw pallets, and you, even from this distance, and in the shadow of dim light, you can see the lice hopping and crawling on
Oh,
these 2
wonderful.
pallets.
Fireball incoming.
You see smaller animals like rabbits, game-sized animal bones that have been gnawed on, and back to the left, you see the warg that has been gnawing on it, and the goblin that is, just as you come around the corner, starting to mount the warg.
Oh.
And we'll roll initiative next week.
Ah.
I still have 10 feet of movement.
Go ahead.
Does he doesn't have a ready action to fire a bow at me? Okay.
No.
That's good. That's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. But
no, you don't see the other goblin. It appears it's skinned out of here and warned this guy and kept on running. That's kind of the feel you get from this.
And it's a goblin.
I'm
not
just
a hobgoblin.
Can he finish his round?
Yeah, finish your round for sure. Oh, we're basically still in initiative, but not really. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you see a large goblin, not the hobgoblin. This isn't Drakthar, but you see a larger goblin mounting a warg, and it felt like the way this was going that it was out of combat, but we are still in combat,
Yeah.
and you do
So,
have the rest of your
so it
movement.
just joins initiative, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna roll his initiative next
Yeah.
week.
Well,
But you
well,
can finish up your see where you're gonna end up.
Well, all I'm going to do is like skid to a halt, step backwards, and try and hide in the shadows here. So I'm going to take a hide action.
Okay. Why don't you roll it next week so we don't have to remember what it is?
Can do.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell if I'm up against the wall or if the wall is one square to the north or
Oh.
to the west.
It's got a little
but-
open area here.
Okay, so I could maybe like get into there
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
I'll go like that.
That's good.
Just be confusing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good job. Actually got a little further than I thought you would this week, but I'm glad you didn't go too much further because I picked up this weekend and I haven't had much of a chance to prepare beyond what you've seen. So
That's
thanks for
okay.
joining us. I don't have Twitch up. Did Cowart join us today?
Yeah.
You
I
did.
didn't see if y'all were talking to him or not, but thank you if you've been watching. We will see you next week, Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time, 9 p.m.
Sounds good.
See you then. Come to the
See ya.
patio.
Have a good one, everybody.
Good night.